going on, everybody, and welcome back to TCG Madness. And in today's video we are finally going to be doing some gameplay with the Kylo Ren deck that I built for around $40. This was Monday's video. If you want to see a full in-depth detail of this deck, there'll be a link down below in the description box. And real quick right now, while I have your attention, if you guys can just do me the really big favor, please hit that like button. If you're new, consider hitting that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you guys never miss when I drop a video. Now today we're going to do something a little bit differently. Normally I do a video today, video tomorrow, but today I'm actually just going to have one solid video. We're going to have at least 3 different matchups for this deck. I'm going to be playing against 2 decks that actually do really well against Kylo Ren, so you guys can see how you guys can counter it, or maybe there's some tweaks that maybe you can make that I don't see right now. This is a budget deck, so of course if you add the upgraded cards, which were in Monday's video, they probably would do a lot better with this deck. I'm also going to do one matchup that Kylo Ren does really well against decks that have a longer turn ability, that have to really develop resources, stuff like that. Aggro decks work really well against decks that want to do a big resource build. So this deck does really well against that. I'll show you at least one matchup, and I'll show you 2 matchups that can actually probably out aggro Kylo Ren, or at least control him enough to win the game against him. So we're gonna have 3 matchups today, and I'll show you each deck, how much those decks actually cost versus what my deck is. So let's go ahead and look at my deck specifically. And again, if you want to see a full detailed analysis of this deck, again, Monday's video, link down below in the description box. So you guys can see here's the entire deck. And then the deck we are going up against, first matchup, this is a deck that I think Kylo Ren will actually do really well against. This is a Palpatine deck. Palpatine, though, does need a lot of resources, so I personally think Kylo Ren will do really well against this deck. You can also see, too, this is the deck right here that I took. You can see a full detailed description of this guy, so this is why I want to actually pull this deck, because I thought it was worth doing. I think he did a great job building this deck, and you can see how much this deck cost. $276 versus our deck, which was roughly around $40, $42. Now, I will say, too, this deck did increase. The Kylo Ren deck that I built is now up to $48, which I kind of figured would happen as more cards are getting tested and used and kind of being broken, like the Fallen Lightsaber, the DL Hotshot Blaster. Cards like that are going to see an increase, just because, they are pretty powerful, and it took a while for everybody else to kind of like break them, and now that they are broken, they're just going to see an increase in price. That's just what happens. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into game 1. All right, here we go with game number 1. Let's see what we get for an opening hand. Not bad. Do I want to take a mulligan? I think we can work with this hand. We can put down Crafty Smuggler and Mercenary Gunship, and we can probably play a Crafty Smuggler. Let's see. Yeah, we'll play that and that. Yep, pretty simple. Palpatine, again, he does a lot of things really well against us, but the big thing about this deck is just the sheer fact that it just takes so long to develop a board state. You also, with the Kylo Ren deck too, you also want to make sure... Ooh, we might actually be able to play a Clan Challenger. I like that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to play Benthic, right? Again, we have Kylo Ren, and we know we want to play with Kylo Ren at some point. So what we want to do is we want to action ability, dip out Clan Challenger, then play shoot first. And that kind of just ruined everything for me, so that didn't work out. So we'll just claim initiative. Oh, we got the Hot Shot Blaster. We're good with that. So I'll pop that. This still will work out in our favor because we're going to use the action ability again. We're going to play this, get rid of this. Another friendly red unit. We will attach it with this. Alright, that's fine. Then we're going to play action ability, deploy leader. Play a card, play Fallen Lightsaber. Let's buff up Kylo Ren. That's fine. We're okay with taking as much damage as possible. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to play shoot first. Here's where you get a lot of damage in, right? Our opponent has 1 resource. We pretty much know that this is going to be our entire turn right here, right now. We're actually going to play shoot first on Benthic 2 tubes. Then we're going to attack with Benthic. We're going to give Kylo Ren raid +2. So there's our first 3 damage. And then you can see with Kylo Ren how much damage we can do with the fallen lightsaber. Everybody's going to take 1 damage. Greedo loses his shield. 10 damage in, plus the 3 with Benthic. And then smack with Crafty Smuggler, doing for 4. So in 1 turn, 17 damage right off the bat. He loses the ambush, which is perfect. We have 2 cards that are really cheap. We don't even have to put down a resource, guys. That is how good Kylo Ren Deck is, and you can already see the problem. This is pretty much going to be game right here, right now. So yep, we're going to play a card. We're going to do... Actually, this time we're actually going to play the DL Hotshot Blaster. And we're going to attach it to Benthic. We're going to tap all that. Then we're going to attack with Benthic. We're going to give Kylo Ren raid +2 again. And if he has no way of dealing with Kylo Ren, the game's over. And that is game. Simple. Simple, simple, simple. Such a powerful card. Such a powerful. They got no way of dealing it. Crafty Smuggler is just going to come right in and swing for game. That's it. It's the whole game right there. So you can see he does really well. Red does really well against green that wants to develop a big board state. Palpatine wants to develop. Palpatine has to have 8 to 10 resources to really pop off. As long as, like I said, we only had 4. Our opponent was out-ramping us. He had 5. We had 4. This was, what, turn 3 or 4 we were already on? This is turn 4. And we just popped them already. The first time we laid down Kylo Ren, 17. Next time, another just unbelievable. Just, what, 12, 13 more damage and just absolutely ruin it. 14 damage. So 17 and 14 in just 2 turns. Ends the game. That's it. Alright, so that was game number 1. Now we're going to go ahead and play up against a deck that I think does really well against Kylo Ren, and that is the Sabine Wren. The Sabine Wren deck, I'll show you when it's full, is very, very powerful. It's a very, very fast aggro deck, and it can potentially out-aggro Kylo Ren. So let's go ahead and jump into game number 2. Take a mulligan? Oh, man. It's not a bad hand. No, I think we can do something with this. So we'll put down these 2. I think we want to play the Partisan and then the Stormtrooper with Cell Block Guard. Because Sabine Wren has a lot of powerful cards that can remove Kylo Ren in and of itself. So we're going to try and do our best to protect ourselves from a wide board state that can get out of hand. We don't care about space units. We only care about ground units. I'm okay with getting outmaneuvered. The first thing we want to play is Stormtrooper. That's okay. We can take some damage. We're good with that. Action ability. It's okay too. And then we're going to play Shoot First and smack right into it because we want 1 to 2 cards in hand when we play Kylo Ren. Hopefully we get no cards in hand when we play him, so hopefully we get a something that we can attach Kylo Ren to. Like I said, all about doing as much damage as possible. So 6 damage, so we're 8 and 4. Pretty good. We'll take the initiative again, which is good for us. And we did get the DL Hot Blaster, which is perfect. Perfect. That with Cell Block Guard, I think we're going to be okay. Action ability, we will deploy that. We will put this on him. I'm good with all of this. Action ability, deploy leader. And then we're going to play Cell Block Guard knowing that we have the Hotshot Blaster. We're going to play Cell Block Guard because we do want to protect Kylo Ren for a turn or 2 at most. Because we know Sabine Wren's coming right out. So let's go ahead and get as much damage as we can. There's 5. See? And you knew it was coming. So she's probably gonna... Yep. You knew it was coming. And that works too. I was thinking about taking the initiative anyways, so that works out really well. And we did get open fire, so that's actually really good. Yeah, we'll drop the sneak attack. I'm not too worried about that. And the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to play the Hot Shot Blaster right on Kylo Ren. And then we're just going to attack right into deal 1 damage to each enemy base. It is tempting to just get rid of Sabine Wren, but I think this is the smarter play. We'll see if it was the right move or not. We'll see. So there's 6. We will attack. And then if they had nothing to do with the Stormtrooper, the game's over. Which they do have something to deal with it. That's okay too. We'll just take initiative. And we'll see, like I said, if this was the right move or not. For resources, I can't imagine there being a lot that they can do. Okay. Yeah, they got nothing. Game's over. So we will attack immediately with Kylo Ren, and that'll be that. And we will actually pop that, because we have shoot first, so we'll just give him another +1. So we will play shoot first with Kylo Ren, giving him the additional, and that's game. So unfortunately for our opponent, it just did not have snapshot reflexes. Maybe could have helped them. I don't know. Didn't look like it had a lot of good cards to play. They should have probably kept their shoot first. Yeah. They resourced their shoot first. That would never be. I would never do that. I would never resource my shoot first. So this is where I'm always telling you guys, like, to it, because as an AI opponent, very difficult to understand whether or not these were all the right moves to play. I would have never done that. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump into game number 3. For the third and final game, we will go up against a Mandalorian deck that pretty much is a upgraded version of the starter deck. Now this is more of a control deck than it is an aggro, but it does have that aggro element, as it can control your units and then put a lot of upgrades and pretty much tap down your stuff and then attack you in the face. This deck, I think, is one of the most troublesome decks for a Kylo Ren, because again, when you're going up against another aggro deck, it's just who can out aggro that one person, right? If you can out aggro your opponent, you'll win. If your opponent out aggroes you, you're going to lose. This deck, however, just focuses mainly on control and does it pretty well, because it can do tapping down and it can tap down early too. So I think this might be the most troublesome deck. All right, let's go ahead and jump into game number 3. Kylo Ren versus Mandalorian. This one right here, like I said, this is the deck that gave me the most trouble. Surprise attack, Benthic, Fifth Brothers. I don't need a mulligan. I think this is a good opening hand. So we will drop down these 2. Oh, you know what? I'd rather get rid of this, because we have the 2 1-drops that we absolutely love. Benthic and Death Star Trooper. And our opponent has nothing to play. That's crazy. So we're already off to a good start. If we can get Migs Mayfield, we'll be popping off here. Didn't get him. Okay. I'll keep the open fire because I'm always tempted against my opponent. They're going to tap down something. That's fine. We'll do a Fifth Brother. And we will action ability. Do we want to action ability? Nah, I'll hold on to that, because I was thinking of like getting rid of open fire, but I'd rather hold on to that. And we'll just attack. Who gains rate 2? Yeah, it doesn't matter. They'll both tap down. Well, that makes it easy for us. We'll drop down a Crafty Smuggler. Let's see if they attack Benthic. No, they didn't. I would have attacked Benthic 2 tubes or the Fifth Brother. That's crazy. Alright, so we'll action ability, because we don't need the Crafty Smuggler. What we do need, though, is to buff up some units. So we'll get rid of the Crafty Smuggler. We'll give a +2 to him. And we will attack. Perfect. So this is going exactly the way we want to. So we'll swing. We'll give the... Did they claim initiative? Player's 2 turn is over. Yep. Interesting. Alright, so then we'll just buff up that Star Trooper, and we're just going to have some fun here. So we're just going to straight up swing right away. And then we're going to deploy Kylo Ren, because we're free to do whatever we want. So you can see right here, this is what I'm talking about. Like, red can do so much damage. Deal 1 damage, just have to do another. Nah, we don't need to do that. Play a card. We're going to drop Cell Block Guard. And then we are going to drop Kylo Ren, and we're going to attack with Kylo Ren. So our board is officially set up. We are set up here. And we'll get rid of open fire. And we will put that lightsaber right on Kylo Ren. That's okay. We're still going to play it on Kylo Ren. Ooh, or do we give it to the fifth brother? It's a force unit. Yep, we'll give it to the fifth brother. That's fine. We'll take care of each other. Our opponent only has 3 resources. So, we'll attack with Benthic again. We'll give Raid 2 to the fifth brother this time, because he's going to do as much damage as he possibly can. That's good. We will attack. And we still have the open fire, so we can get rid of any dangerous threats. We'll just do 1 damage. I'm not going to do 1 damage to myself. Nope. So we pretty much have won this game, barring anything absolutely crazy. Even though our opponent has initiative, we have such a good board state, there's not much they can do. And there it is. We'll put down the DL Hotshot Blaster. That's fine. You guys can see, like, this deck is just so good. It really is. We'll play this with him. And you can see, too, we're not even using Kylo Ren. We're just using the upgrades that are given to us. It doesn't matter what we do. And that's game. So there it is again. Another easy win. You guys can see how good this aggro deck really is. If you get past, you know, this turn right here, which was what were we at? Doesn't really tell me, but this would be what, turn 5, right? Turn 5. If you get past turn 5 and you haven't won, you're in serious trouble. Unless, of course, you get a good board state that can keep you around just a little bit longer. But you can see Kylo Ren, a really, really good deck. Here is the deck in its full. I told you that the deck did increase in price, unfortunately. It's a very, very strong deck. I think Kylo Ren is one of the best aggro leaders. I do think Sabine Wren, if built correctly, is a little bit better, but not by much. Because if you were to play this deck at full power with Kylo Ren's TIE Silencer and stuff like that, this deck is really, really strong. It's a great deck. If you were someone who's new into Star Wars Unlimited, I would definitely recommend building a deck like this. This deck is so user-friendly and so strong and so fast that it's just a lot of fun. So there will be a link down below in the description box for this deck too that you can easily just click on, and it'll bring you right to this site as well. And if you want to see Monday's video, there'll be a link down below for that. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Just 3 simple games right there. You can see how good this deck really is. You can see how good and strong Kylo Ren is. Again, please, if for nothing else, hit that like button. If you're new, consider hitting that subscribe button. This is a channel dedicated to all things TCG, all the time, nothing else. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you guys next time.